When I was getting started as a nail technician, I wish somebody would have told me this. I could probably avoid some mistakes that I kept doing over and over again. Just kept having the same problems. Wasting product, losing clients, precious time and money. Luckily, you have me, and I am about to share top 10 mistakes when doing nail extensions. I wish I knew back then. Coming up. Hello guys, Anastasia here. First of all, I would like to share something I learned when I started teaching. Whether you're a certified nail technician with 20 plus years of experience or just getting started, maybe you're a nail enthusiast and would like to grow, it's okay to make mistakes. Otherwise, you will never learn or get better. Like Thomas Edison said, I have not failed. I've discovered 10,000 ways that don't work. Edison was famous for never giving up his research for the construction of the electric light bulb. When it comes to doing nails, we don't even need to invent something. And definitely no need to do 10,000 attempts, trust me. It's way less than that. Especially after watching this video, because you will finally figure out and understand what exactly you are probably doing wrong. Let's go. Number 1. Not pushing back the cuticles. When you're doing nail prep, it doesn't matter whether it is for gel overlay, press-ons, or sculptured nails. You need to push back the cuticles first. The most common tool for it is metallic pusher. But for beginners and clients with damaged or sensitive skin, I definitely recommend using orange wood stick. It's soft, it's single-use, so you won't need to worry about sanitizing it. When we push back the cuticles, we need to push back the skin that is spreading on the nail plate, so we can reach this area of the nail plate to apply the product. If the skin is still there, no product, even regular nail polish, will adhere to it. The product will lift after a few days. So make sure to push them back really well so you can lightly go under the dead skin tissue with the orange wood stick. Number 2. Over-filed nail plate. Healthy nails should have transparent or light pink color. If you see too many red or white spots, the nail might be thinner than it's supposed to be. Back in the early 2000s, we used to believe that it is better to use harsh abrasives, like 150 or even 100 grit files, to prep the nails before doing extensions, because they will have this surface full of scratches and the adhesion will be better. Luckily, those days are long gone. To prep the nail, you need to use 180 grit for standard nails and 220 grit for thin, brittle, or damaged nails. However, if the nails are damaged already, let's say you have a new client and she came to you with the nails being extremely overfiled, it doesn't matter how good your work will be, in some cases the product will not last, because it cannot adhere to the nail that is already overfiled. The best advice here is just to wait until it naturally grows off. It will take 3 to 4 months. Meanwhile, you can use any kind of nail treatment such as IBX system. Once it renews, it will get back to normal and we can do any enhancements and extensions again. Number 3. Using too much primer. While doing nail prep, we take off the surface shine and apply the hydrator. Then we need to apply primer. Primer will provide a better adhesion between the product and nail plate, but it doesn't mean the more, the better. It's actually quite the opposite. If you will apply too much, it won't really work the way it's supposed to be. We will also get some extra product on the nail. Once we encapsulate it with any product, it may remain there, which is not good for our nails. Doesn't matter what kind of primer do you use, acid, non-acid, any brand. Always apply a very thin coat and avoid touching the skin. Number 4. Flooding the cuticles and sidewalls. This mistake is very typical for both acrylic and gel nails. When doing cuticle work, ideally we should apply the product as close as possible, but not touch or especially flood the surrounding skin. The best way to avoid it is to do clean nail prep and not use extremely runny products. Thin consistency gel, as it is very runny and very hard to control. When working with acrylic, the consistency also should not be too wet. Flooding usually happens when the product is runny, so you don't even notice how fast it may flood these areas. Once you pick something thicker, It will be so much easier to control. For my students in online class for beginners, I always recommend this trick. Leave a little margin between the skin and the product. You're supposed to see this thin line of natural nail every time you apply the product. Once you don't see it anymore, maybe it's already too close to the skin. If it happened, quickly clean it with orange wood stick. If it's already cured, then you will need to use a file or an e-file to fix it. Number 5. Applying too much product. This is a very common mistake when we're learning, because we simply have no idea how much product we need to pick. We're also not able to control it properly yet, so we try to make the nail look better by adding more and more and end up having super thick nail that we need to file now. Even if the surface is super bumpy and uneven, sometimes it is still better just to stop. Do the filing and shaping, and after that, if you will notice that the nail is extremely thin and still needs more product, you can take the product and add it right there. It will be less work in total compared to applying extreme amount of product and filing it all off. Take smaller beads when working with acrylic or polygel. Take smaller drops of gel because it will be easier for you to control them. Remember, you can always add more product at any point. Mistake number 6. Relying on shaping only. We should sculpt nails using the brush, not the file. This is probably one of my favorite nail quotes. Even though shaping and filing helps, it truly makes most nails so much prettier and thinner. But please do not rely only on it. The true mastery is when you can sculpt the nail. Create it by applying the product with your brush, not just slapping some gel on the nail and then carving something out of it with a file. Most of my students are so surprised when I tell them this. Most things cannot be fixed with a file. Yes, you can do a little retouch, you can make nails look better, but if the structure was built incorrectly, they will still look a little weird. So don't rush with the application part every time you work with acrylic or gel. Most people are also surprised when I tell them how long does it take me to apply the product. About 40 to 60 minutes, the entire hour. I really take my time and don't rush anywhere. So then I can just spend 10 minutes on shaping and filing, and that will be it. Number 7. Incorrect tip or form placement. Tip application and form placement determines the shape and direction of the nail. If it's not done properly, it doesn't matter how well you're applying the product, file, or pinch them, they will still look crooked. I actually have a separate video on form-fitting troubleshooting where I go deeper in analyzing each aspect of form fit. The link will be in the description box. Mistake number 8. Too much color or top coat. I've seen it so many times. Perfect shape, beautiful nails, and then we apply too much color and top coat. The surface looks like an ocean on a rainy day. You know, when you apply color, every layer should be as thin as possible. If you have a color that is too transparent, it is still better to do 2 to 3 coats, but very thin coats, compared to one thick and uneven one. Or if the color is simply not pigmented, just throw it away, seriously. There are so many good quality colors on the market today. Just don't waste your time and money. Mistake number 9. Trying advanced techniques. I believe that every nail enthusiast nowadays is watching some nail tutorials from social media. No wonder there are millions of them now, and most of them are awesome. I mean, I'm guilty of it too. Sometimes these tutorials are made by professionals who've been in this industry for a long time. Obviously, they have some techniques that they use and they perfectly suit them, but it won't work the same way for a beginner. Let me give you an example. You decided to learn how to do handstands. Do you think you will be able to perform this kind of exercises right away? I don't think so, because this is advanced level. If you want to learn how to do this, you need to start with the basics. Build your muscles, do push-ups so you can show some progress. Yes, most of these exercises seem a bit boring, but this is the basics and we can't skip it. Once you get comfortable standing near the wall, you may start trying some tricks. Getting back to nails. Please do not try doing advanced extreme shapes with inlay nail art right away. It will be a waste of your energy, resources, and not worth it. Start with the simple things: short nails, basic shapes, easy nail art. Once you get comfortable at this, you can raise the bar and do something intermediate level and so on. Alright? No hardcore nail art until you learn the basics. And the last but not least, mistake number 10, being too hard on yourself. Having all these social media nails around us have many benefits. Like we can learn for free, have some satisfying videos to watch in our free time, but another side of the coin is that we are being too hard on ourselves. Sometimes I get comments like, I tried doing everything the same way you did, but my result is not nearly as good as yours. Unfortunately, if only we could recreate anything we see just by watching one YouTube video, that would be awesome, man. I mean, I've seen so many videos of people doing side splits, but unfortunately, I can't do it myself. Most videos that you see are done by professionals who have practicing for a while, for months or years maybe. Please do not feel bad about it. We all started from zero with absolutely no skill. No one was born with a brush in their hands or an e-file. It is a skill, not some physical ability that some people are lucky to have and others don't. Which means if you decided to become a high-class nail technician, then you can do it. 100%. By the way, if you feel like doing this together with me, I have an online class for each technology separately: acrylic, hard gel, and polygel. Check out the links in my description box for more information and feel free to use the discount code for my YouTube subscribers. We just overviewed 10 most typical beginner's mistakes. Did any of them sound familiar to you? I'm curious, how many of them have you done at some point? I'm definitely guilty of all 10, that's why I know them so well. But like I said, it's okay to do mistakes. If you understand what was your mistake, it is already 50% of success. Because now you know that it is there, you're paying attention to it, and will fix it soon. Thank you so much for watching. If this is your first time here on my channel, consider subscribing, as I post new educational videos just like this one every week. See you!